we are going to be treating this morning the lust of the eyes. Somebody say after me, say the lust of the eyes. Say it again, say the lust of the eyes. The lust of the eyes, that's what we are going to be treating. It is up to 90 to 95% the cause of what we are seeing today. Following quickly to Galatians chapter 5, and we read verse 16. Galatians 5 verse 16. I read. It says, "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. I also like to read Job chapter 31 verse 1. Job chapter 31 verse 1. It says, "I made a covenant with my eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid?" Praise Master Jesus. We want to treat the lust of the eyes. Now, we want to first understand what is lust itself. What is the meaning of lust? Take this down. Lust is a psychological force that produces intense desire for an object or for someone or circumstances that fulfills the emotion. Praise Master Jesus. Now, this issue of lust is very serious, especially the lust of the eyes. You see, I want you to take note of some things in that definition. Number one, it says lust is psychological. Is what? Is psychological. And so, your first fight against lust, before you begin to deal with witches and wizards and demons and principalities and powers, before you begin to deal with all those ones, you have to first deal with your mind, because it is psychological. It has to do with the mind. So, before you begin to pray, "Oh God, free me from the spirit of rape. Oh God, free me from the spirit of adultery," before you begin to ask God that prayer, tell God to renew your mind in the first place. Because if your mind is not renewed, no matter the prayer they pray for you, you can never break out from the yoke of lust. And I'm telling you with so much confidence, even if the most anointed man on earth lay hands on you, if your mind is still entangled by lust, there is no way you will break free from the yoke. Lust is first psychological. And so it has to do with the mind. But the mind has a channel that takes things to it. The mind does not just think of things. It is something that takes things to the mind. And what is that thing that takes things to the mind? Your what? Your what? Your eyes. It is your eyes that takes things to the mind. If you don't see it, you won't think about it. And so there are channels to the mind. And those channels are your five senses: your seeing, your hearing, your tasting, your feeling, and your touching. If these five senses can be renewed, your mind will be renewed. Job asked a question. He said, "I have made a covenant with my eyes. Why will I now think of a maiden?" So if my eyes has been covenanted, my mind cannot think of a maiden. If my eyes cannot lustfully see, my mind cannot lustfully think. Who understands? So, before you begin to do shabrakapata, "Oh Lord, set me free. Oh Lord, set me free," your mind. Then the channels that takes this to your mind, you must watch what you watch. Because if you cannot control what you see will control you. You are tired of committing adultery, but you keep on looking at that lady, you will continue committing adultery. You are tired of raping, but you continue looking at that lady. You cannot stop it by yourself. It is psychological. It has to do with your mind. That's why the Bible says that be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It is your mind first. And then in the definition, after psychological, he said it is a force. Somebody say a force. It is a force. It is a force means that it is not natural, it is spiritual. Force. There is something that pushes you. There is something that moves you. Paul said, "The things I don't want to do, I see myself doing them. And the things that I want to do, I cannot do them." Paul said, "It is not me, but there is another member in me that makes me to do what I don't want to do." That is the power of lust. It is a force. It is a spirit. And that spirit works with your mind. So after you deal with it psychologically, you must deal with it spiritually. A man that is addicted to drinking, except he deals with it psychologically and spiritually, he cannot stop drinking. Because by yourself, you can't do it. It is a force. It pushes you. Some people, when they finish raping a girl, they will feel bad about it. They are not happy about it. They don't want to do it, but they cannot help it. Because there is a force that pushes them to do it against their will. And then lastly, in that definition, he said, it is an intense desire. Somebody say intense desire. Intense desire. That means after psychologically, after spiritually, you must check your desires. Lust works with your desires. Lust does what? Works with your desires. What do you really want? James said, when you are tempted, don't ever say that God tempts you. He said, because God does not tempt anybody. He said, but every man is tempted after their own lusts, after the lust of their own desires. So, it is what you want that the devil knows that he used to tempt you. Who hear me? It is what you want that the devil knows that he used to tempt you. That is why when Jesus came out from 40 days fasting, devil did not bring a woman to him. Woman was not the problem. Someone that finished 40 days fasting, what does he need first? What does he need first? What did the devil bring to him first? Bread. So it was what Jesus wanted that the devil used to tempt him. God does not tempt anybody. You must check your desires. You husband, you don't want to cheat on your wife again. Check your desires. You young man, you don't want to fornicate again. Check your desires. If your desires are pure, your motives will be pure. Praise Master Jesus. Quickly, when you have understood these things, you now have to understand. You see, let three of my sons come quickly. Let three of my sons come. Three. Oh yeah, quickly come. I want to do an illustration quickly because you are made up of three parts. You are made up of your body, your soul, and your spirit. You are made of what? Your body, your soul, and your spirit. If you can understand these three things, you can deal with the spirit of loss. Quickly come to this place. Here's the last person. Now, I want to illustrate something. I will illustrate for you, and then this teaching will be over in a few minutes. Just give me a few minutes. Stand here. Please look at these three people. Now, these three people is you. This is your body, this is your soul, and this is your spirit. Who understands? Now, your body is your outer flesh, your outer shell. That is the flesh that God put in you. You are not your body. It is dirty. It is flesh. It is sand. This is your body. Let me come to the spirit first. Back to the soul. Now, your spirit is your life force and the essence of your living. So you are not your body, but you are actually your spirit. Do you understand that? Now, the most important person within you is this man here that is called your soul. Because your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. Your soul is your what? Your mind, your will, and your emotions. God and devil is not after your body. God and devil is not after your spirit, but God and devil is after your soul. Because if you can get the will of a man, if you can get the emotions of that man, if you can get the mind of that man, you have taken control over that man. Do you understand? Now, this is the battle of lust that every man, every youth face every day. Please watch this very carefully. I don't want you to miss this, especially the youth, so you can know how to deal with lust. Now, I told you, you have channels that takes things into your body, Abi, and into your spirit, your eyes, your seeing, your tasting, your hearing. Now, this is the battle that goes on. You see, when your body receives an information, either by what you watched, or by what you heard, or by what you ate, when this body receives the information, this body will take the information and take it to the soul. Your soul is your mind, will, and emotions. Now, your soul will tell the body, I like this thing I see. I like it. It is sweet. Then your soul will take it to your spirit. But your spirit will tell your soul, that thing is wrong. It is not right. It is not good. And then your soul will not tell your body, your spirit said it is wrong, it is not good, it cannot do it. And then your soul will begin to be in a battle because your spirit wants it to do something, your body wants it to do another thing. Do you understand? That is what the Bible says. The spirit and the flesh, they war against each other. They don't agree. What the body wants is not what the spirit wants. What the spirit wants is not what the body wants. But this guy, the soul is important because it is the soul that will determine what the body will do. Do you understand? Because it is your mind, your will, and your emotions. It is this guy that determines what they will do. But now this guy is confused. This one wanted to do something. This one wanted to do another thing. Now, what will determine who the soul will join? Let me tell you what determines it. Now, Paul said, walk after the spirits, and you will not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. The soul is a politician. Listen. The soul is a politician. Why? Now, who gets past, now they join. Who hear me? Who hear me? Now, who gets past, now the soul, they join. You have the power to feed your body, or you have the power to feed your spirit. Who you feed more is who the soul will join. Listen, how do you feed your body? When you watch pornography, you are feeding the flesh. When you hear corrupt things, you are feeding the flesh. When you begin to look at a woman lustfully, you are feeding the flesh. How do you feed the spirits? By prayer, by fasting, by studying of the word of God. These are the things that feeds the spirits. So by the time the soul is confused on who to join, if you have fed your flesh more than the spirit, your soul will join your flesh. And when the two of them fight against your spirit will just join because you cannot fight two. Two is stronger than one. Who gets? But if you are a man that pray, you are a man that fast, you are a man that study the word, you are a man that you have blocked all the channels that will feed this guy. Any movie that will make this guy happy, you don't watch. Any message that will make this guy happy, you don't receive. Even if it is WhatsApp, it is Facebook, you know that it feeds this guy. You block it. Just because you want your soul to join your spirit, you will overcome lust. So, the reason why you cannot stop raping is because this guy has too much. The flesh has too much. The flesh has too much. You have fed him too much. So you cannot. So this soul must join him. And once your mind, your will, and emotions join him, it is finished. This one cannot do anything about it. That's why Paul said, walk after the spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. But if you walk after the flesh, you will fulfill the lust of the flesh. Go and sit down. Praise Master Jesus. Praise Master Jesus. Do you understand? So you married man that you want to stop cheating, stop feeding your flesh. Because even God cannot help you when your flesh is too much, when your flesh is very fat. God cannot help you. When you are feeding your flesh. I'm not talking about natural food though. I told you the things that feed the flesh. So even God cannot help you when you are fed your flesh with corruptible things too much. God can't help you. If you want to stop raping, you want to stop fornicating, you want to stop masturbation, then you begin to feed your spirits so that your soul will join your spirits. Praise Master Jesus. As we round up, what is the danger of the lust of the eyes? As we round up, number one, it can put you in eternal regrets. It can put you in what? Eternal regrets. Our example is that our first mother that was called Eve. Eve. It was lust of the eyes that killed evil. Sure you know. It was lust of the eyes. God said, you can eat everything in this garden, but this particular one, don't eat of it. The devil came because first our desires was on it already. So it was easy for the devil to tempt her with it. The devil came and said, did God say she should not eat it? She said, yes, oh. And then when I explained to her, if you eat it, you will not die, oh. You will be like God. And the Bible said, Eve saw the fruit and it was pleasant, it was good. Her eyes saw it. Her eyes saw it and it was good. So she enjoyed it and then she ate of it. And that is what put the world in eternal regrets. If not for Jesus Christ that came. Because God planned a good life for her. She was supposed to be immortal. She was supposed to be like God. She was supposed to have easy birth. When she wanted to give birth, it would have been easy. But because of lust of the eyes, she could not control what she saw. And what she saw controlled her. Praise Master Jesus. Then number 2, the danger of lust of the eyes, it can abort your destiny. It can abort your destiny. It can abort your destiny. And a perfect example was Esau. Esau is a perfect example. Is a perfect example. Paul said, let there not be any fornicator among you, or a profane person like Esau, who because of small food sold his birthright. He said, you know that Esau sought for repentance, but he sought for it carefully with tears, but he could not get it. His destiny was aborted. He was the firstborn, but still he served under his brother. Why? Lust of the eyes. He saw food and he said, this one is good. Jacob said, give me your birthright. He said, what is birthright? Take it. Because the flesh wanted it so much. And the flesh affected his soul, his mind, his will, and his emotions. And he could not avoid it. Praise Master Jesus. And so, if you must overcome the spirit of lust to avoid all this danger, walk after the spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's it. You were made